because there's only so much you can do with books on your own. And I'm like, it just feels really appropriate for Beltane. So I'm like, if this is the path that she is drawn to, then I should, try to get her into a community. Yes. No, I don't want to send her on her own. The question is, what can we do together? Because, as a teenager, like I don't want her to be in a situation that does not go the way we want it to go. And I know that different groups have different ideas about. Good morning. Thank you for being here to sign for us. Tori? Terry! Shoot! Oh, okay. Anyway. I know, it's been a while. Oh, shoot, you've met my... Okay, good. Terry, I'm going to add you to my welcome announcements so that folks know you're here. Thanks for being with us. Did you get everything you needed? Okay, great. We tried to get everything into the script so that when Ben sends it on, you've got it. Did make some late additions last night. Okay. Great. Thank you. Just about time to start. Something green, but it's about time to... Good morning. If you're still coming in, come on in. If you're here already, welcome. If you're joining us online, welcome. Welcome to this worship service at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. I am the Reverend Monica Jacobson. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve this congregation as minister. We are so glad you have made the choice to be part of this gathering today. We know it's always a choice, and it's only by choosing to come together that we co-create this community. Leading worship with me today are Ariana Kirkpatrick as our celebrant, our music director, Grace Curran, is our cantor, David Yakel is on the piano, Annie Minden is our Lifeline's lay minister this morning, Jen Bay is joining us to help tell a special story in the service today. Sarah Pickett is at the tech table, Doc Hadley made our slides, and we have Terry with us today for our ASL interpretation. If you are someone who would benefit from interpretation, please feel free to come and sit up here in the front so that you have a clear line of sight. And I'm looking around because we might be doing one other thing depending on whether someone is here. Maybe we're saving that for later. That's just fine. Worship is always an improvisational act as we gather, being alive to what is happening in the room and between us and among us. We gather as a community of seekers, each and every one of us carrying questions, searching for wisdom and inspiration to help us live lives of meaning, looking for what it is that can help us be the people that the world needs in this time when the world needs a lot of help. We gather together so that we can wonder at life's mysteries, we can express our gratitude for life's gifts, we can grieve together and comfort each other during life's hardships, and we can sustain each other as we live in this world with all that is beautiful and all that is hard. You are welcome here exactly as you are, with whatever beliefs sustain you, whomever you love, however you understand and express your identities, and in all the ways you are still becoming the person you will be. We are worshiping today as an all ages community. So if you are joining us in the sanctuary, I want to let you know that the table back there has coloring pages and other quiet activities. You can go to the table. Molly is waving. You can get something to bring back to your seat or stay there. That is for anyone of any age. Molly is not checking IDs. So feel free to go and pick something up if you would like. And because we know that when we are an all ages community, we have different needs for movement or stillness or quiet or fidgeting or getting up and moving around a little bit or dancing. If you find that being where you are, you feel a little distracted, like it's hard to be present, it's okay for you to get up and move. You're not going to throw off my groove or anyone else's groove. And it's also the time of year where I want to give this advice too, because sometimes when the sun starts coming in through our beautiful stained glass window, you may find that your whole world is purple now. And if you would like to move to a different location for that reason also, please feel very free to do so. Do what you need to do to be comfortable here. And now, let us share in taking a good, deep breath. Feel the air come in and fill your body. Feel it go out. Know that you are here in this time. You're not anywhere else. So whatever's going on in your email, whatever volunteers are coming up in your garden, whatever unexpected thing is occurring, and there's almost always something unexpected occurring these days, it can all wait for an hour as we share this time together. So come, let us worship. Please rise in body, in voice, or in spirit to join in singing our gathering hymn, number 63, Spring Has Now Unwrapped the Flowers. It's up here, or you can take out a gray hymnal.
Spring has now unwrapped the flowers, days fast reviving, life in all her growing powers, toward the light is striving. Gone the iron touch of cold, winter time is frost time, seedlings working through the mold, now make up for lost time. Herb and plant that winter long, dimbered at the viving, now be stirring green and strong, find in growth a pleasure. All the world with beauty fills, gold the green enhancing, flowers make glee among the hills, set the meadows dancing.
This is a special time, perhaps a magical time, and together we may hold each other in love and with care. Please join me as we recite our affirmation together. The words are projected here and are printed in your order of service. Love is our doctrine. Compassion is our way. Here we seek to create a joyful home for free religious exploration, build a community of caring fellowship, nurture the hopes, and serve the needs of our world. Before we light our chalices this morning, I will set a circle in place, a circle of protection and a sacred space enveloped by the elements and the directions. That is east, right? From the east, where the sun rises, kissing the earth with light and gladness, and the air moves on breezes bringing inspiration and awe. Welcome, air and the east. From the south, where the sun reaches its height in light and warmth, and the fires from hearths and home bring transformation and aspiration. Welcome, fire and the south. From the west, where the sun sinks slowly beyond the horizon and welcomes the reflection upon waters, oceans, rivers, and lakes, bringing tranquility and creativity. Welcome, water and the west. And from the north, where the sun sleeps at midnight but is reflected in the light of the moon and stars, showing the strength of the solid earth and giving courage to all upon it. Welcome, earth and the north. Our circle is set, and we humbly ask the spirits that are a part of the heritage, a part of the land, and a part of the history of this sacred space to be with us at this hour and give us peace, offer safety and security to one and to all. Hail and welcome. Now here in this congregation, we give light to 3 chalices. The first for our home, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. The second is for our partner church in Transylvania, where the roots of our faith began to grow and continue to flourish. And the third is a lantern for the children, youth, and all who seek knowledge, truth, and exploration, not only here, but around the world. Please join me as we sing these flames to life.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
May Day, the 1st of May, International Workers' Day, Lay Day in Hawaii, and Beltane. These are some of the words used to represent the first day of May. On the old calendar, May 1st was the beginning of summer. In Old and Middle Irish, Beltane is often referred to as the time of the beginning of summer, and in Gaelic, Beltane is the name of the 5th month of the year, as it is called in Ireland. It has its origins in the ancient shift from winter, gone, to summer, sown. It is a time for people and animals to move from wintering places to summer pastures. It was a time of great change and celebration, with bonfires and feasting and rituals to honor the gods and goddesses of Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man. It is considered to be a fire festival, and cattle were traditionally driven between 2 large bonfires to ensure their longevity and fertility in the coming year. May Eve and the weeks running up to it were seen as a time to prepare for and protect against the potential of malevolent supernatural elements. The veil between the here and now and the world of the fairies and the spirits was thought to be very thin. You might be robbed or cursed. Children and young women especially could be stolen and replaced with changelings. The school's collection, many volumes of the lore of Ireland collected from school children in the late 1930s and compiled by the Irish Folklore Commission in the National Folklore Commission housed at the University College of Dublin, has recorded many ways this time of year was observed and people were protected. Here are a few. A week before May Eve, people, I wish I could sport an Irish accent for you, but I'm not good at accents. A week before May Eve, people used to put a pot of water out, and late on May Eve, they would take it in, and it would keep colds away for the whole year. The fairies used to steal butter from the farmers on May Eve. The farmers put cinders under the churns to frighten the fairies away. If they stole it on the 1st of May, they would steal it for the whole year. It is said that it is wrong to sit on the grass on May Eve and May Day. It is that if you sat on the grass May Eve, the fairies would come at night and carry you away. It is said that if you wash your hands on May Day, you would be able to rip open any kind of nut. On May Eve, people shake holy water in the garden and on the cattle. It is said that if you wash your face in the dew on May 1st, your beauty will shine and your complexion will be clear for the whole year. And it is said that on May Eve, the horses can talk. One night, a man stayed in Hyde to watch his horse, and at 12 o'clock, the horse went down on his knees and said, "May God help me with whatever journey I have to go with my master." And the man fell sick immediately. Luck and protection, health and happiness are the themes of Beltane. Traditions and everything done as an individual or as a community focuses on these important drives. Originally, there was just summer and winter, Gow and Sow, in the Sean Gaelic, Old Irish. These were times when everything changed. People, herds, and flocks moved from winter to summer in the dwellings and the pastures. Work focus changed. Women got pregnant at this time to ensure that come the 3rd trimester, they would be safely tucked up with indoor jobs beside the fire, preparing for a spring birth with fresh foods available for essential sustenance. This ensures the fertility of the family and the clan, as well as the fertility of the lands. Beltane is often seen as a fertility festival. The Maybush, Mayflowers, Maypole, and Maybough are all Beltane traditions still to be found scattered through the Irish countryside come April 30th and May 1st. Even today, the hawthorn tree, once simply called May, is the sacred tree of Beltane, and its boughs were cut and gathered and brought inside to protect the home. Crowns were made of flowers, especially yellow flowers that represent the sun. In some villages, a queen of May would be crowned, and often a king as well. Some of the traditions we associate with May Day and Beltane have been melded into one. With the resurgence of modern paganism and Wicca in the 20th century, many of those traditions have been combined in the practice of honoring the Wheel of the Year, which is a 20th century invention. In the late 18th and 19th centuries, May 1st became a day to honor workers, with a shift from our agricultural societies to the industrial world. Workers were often abused and required to work long hours and offered maybe a half day of rest on Sunday so they could go to church. There were uprisings, and these often are today celebrated across Europe. The right of the hardworking person to get dignity and time to rest and recuperated, have time for themselves, and to get decent wages is part of May Day celebrations around the world. I believe the underlying message of Beltane, May Day, is one of love and honor for the land, for the family, and for each other. We have summer to look forward to, a time for abundance and growth. We must be careful not to ignore the inherent dangers that warm weather can bring, from storms to swimming to overheating. We must watch out for the fae, who do like to play tricks on young and old. I hope some of you honored the workers, especially our immigrant friends and neighbors, on May 1st. I know I did my part. I hope the goddess and the gods were watching and will grant me some grace in the coming months and for the work that must be done. I hope the Fae stay away from my doors and do not steal anything from anyone. And I hope the foods from my table are abundant and affordable. And I hope these are true also for all of you. Happy May.
In the spirit of May Day and the spirit of worship, when we gather together, always to acknowledge what in our world needs healing and to envision a better world together, I invite you to join in our shared singing this morning. The words are on the screen and they're in your order of service. If you know it already, please join in. If this is new to you, feel free to listen, to hum, to learn the music however you would like. I am delighted to say that David Yackel has created an arrangement of it for us. So we're going to sing it through 5 times. After 3 times, we're going to do a key change. If you don't know what that means, don't worry. Just know that Grace and I are going to lift the pitch a little bit to stay with the piano and lift the energy of the song. All you have to do is listen and keep singing. But if you are a person who finds key changes musically fascinating, you can come look at the sheet music after the service. Please rise as you are willing and able, in body, in voice, in spirit, whatever is right for you today to join in singing. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. Ready? When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can't no one be well, but I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. Beautiful. And actually, Annie, can I do one more thing before you begin? Megan, where are you? Am I able to borrow you for a second? I have a fun announcement to make. We have been searching for a new addition to our church staff team, and we have found her. So I just want to take a moment to share a joy, which is that Megan Schendel is joining our church staff. She's going to be one of our office administrators. Thank you. Just wanted to take a moment for celebration and introduction. You will start seeing Megan in our office, first shadowing Joe, who is continuing on as an office administrator with us, and then eventually covering some afternoons and Sunday mornings. So it's really going to expand our coverage and our ability to connect with folks, answer questions, get things coordinated. And so we're thrilled. Thank you, Megan.
Good morning. My name is Annie Minden, and I am one of your Lifeline lay ministers. Lifeline lay ministers are members of the UUCS who are here to help people in times of need. We can be identified by our lavender stoles and badges. You can reach out to us by visiting our Lifelines table in Hanneman Hall after Sunday each service, or by using the contact information in your order of service. Each week when we gather for worship, we share the joys and sorrows of members of the community. We know that joys shared are often magnified as we celebrate together, and sorrows shared might be lightened as we are reminded that we are not alone. As I read them, we'll light a candle to symbolize the truth that is shared and to remind us that what we hold together brings more of the light of understanding and compassion to us all. Today we have 2 sorrows and 2 joys. From Lisa Jurgensen, I share the sad news that after a 6-year battle, I am now in hospice with cardiac and kidney failure. I have enjoyed my membership in the UU congregation. I'm well taken care of by family and friends. I am happy I will remain at home as I cross over to home. No funeral service will be held. And from Anna Talley, a dear neighbor passed away yesterday. She hosted Friday at 4 every Friday. She touched the hearts of many and will be missed. From Jerry Nathan, a longtime family friend with Jewish faith, would like to meet others after the service. She will be sitting with me in Hanneman Hall. And finally, from Kate Patty, it's Ross's birthday on Wednesday. Make sure you tell him happy birthday. And we light one final candle to remind us of the joys and sorrows carried in this community, which remain unspoken in our hearts. I also have birthday cards because it's the first Sunday of May. And so there are a few birthdays amongst our youngsters, and I'm going to call out some names, and if they're here and they want to come up and get a birthday card, I will make sure to give it to them, and the others I will make sure are mailed. And most importantly, we want to tell the children that we're always happy that you guys are here, and the first Sunday of the month, I will pass out birthday cards. Is Sabrina here today? Or Sophia? I saw Alice. Come on up, Alice. Camelia and Caleb. Is there anyone else with a birthday at that back table or somewhere else out here? I have one other one in case I missed it. Nope. Okay. Alice and Caleb, happy birthday. Thank you for being here today.
Some Sundays, I don't know what the centering practice is going to be because I don't know what the energy is going to be until we're all together in the room. So today I want to invite you to join in singing a very simple song with me. You can use it as a way of giving thanks before a meal. You can use it as a way of celebrating the season we are entering into. It goes like this. Give thanks for the Mother Gaia. Give thanks for the Father Son. Give thanks for the gifts of the garden where the Mother and the Father are one. Will you try singing it with me? We'll do it 2 or 3 times through so you get it in your ear. You ready? Give thanks for the Mother Gaia. Give thanks for the Father Son. Give thanks for the gift of the garden where the Mother and the Father are one. Give thanks for the Mother Gaia. Give thanks for the Father Son. Give thanks for the gifts of the garden where the Mother and the Father are one. Beautiful. Let us hold this intention to give thanks together in a few moments of silence. Let us carry this spirit of gratitude with us throughout this day and this month and this season. May it be so. While you remain seated, you are invited to join in singing our heart song hymn. It's number 76, For Flowers That Bloom About Our Feet.
For flowers that bloom about our feet, for tender grass so fresh and sweet, for song of bird and hum of bee, for all things fair we hear or see. Giver of all, we thank thee. For blue of stream and blue of sky, for pleasant shade of branches high, for fragrant air and cooling breeze, for beauty of the blooming trees. Giver of all, we thank thee. For this new morning with its light, for us and shelter of the night, for health and food, love and friends, for everything thy goodness sends. Giver of all, we thank thee.
Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuthwood in the lake, there lies a leafy island where flapping herons wake the drowsy water rats. There we've hid our fairy vats, full of berries and the reddest stolen cherries. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wave of moonlight glosses the dim gray sands with light, far off by furthest Rosses, we foot it all the night, weaving olden dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap and chase the frothy bubbles, while the world is full of troubles and anxious in its sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wandering water gushes from the hills above Glencar, in pools among the rushes that scarce could bathe a star, we seek for slumbering trout, and whispering in their ears give them unquiet dreams. Leaning softly out from ferns, drop their tears over the young streams. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Away with us he's going, the solemn-eyed. Here he'll hear no more the lowing of the calves on the warm hillside, or the kettle on the hob sing peace into his breast, or see the brown mice bob round and round the oatmeal chest. For he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild with a fairy, hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than he can understand.
This theme of times when the fairy world and the human one collide and intertwine is one that surfaces this time of year. And the other themes that Ariana described for us earlier, and the practice of dancing and weaving a maypole. And so, as Monty Python would say, now for something completely different. Or rather, something incompletely different. We are going to tell a story now together. Jen is going to come join us. This is a Beltane story adapted from the work of Starhawk, titled "The Goddess Blesses All Forms of Love."
Circle round, and I'll tell you a story about how the maypole came to be. Once upon a time, long ago, or maybe a time not yet to come, there came a springtime when no flowers bloomed. The plum trees and the cherry trees showed no white or pink or red blossoms. No daffodils pushed up from the cold ground. No buds formed on the roses. No lilacs perfumed the air, and no poppies opened their bright petals to the wind. And the worst thing of all was that nobody seemed to notice. Nobody except for one young girl named Vivian.
Where are the flowers?
Vivian asked everyone she met, and everyone looked at her strangely. The woman who delivered the mail said, "Flowers? What flowers? I don't have time to worry about flowers. I've got a mail route to cover." The man who ran the corner store said, maybe she means flour, like I carry in my grocery section. Maybe she wants to bake a cake. The librarian said, "I've heard of flowers in the books here in the library. I know I've seen a reference to them somewhere." Her brother said, "Hey, sister, I've got a great computer game with flowers. Who needs to dig in the dirt when you can grow your own virtual garden?" Her mother said, "Maybe she needs to go to bed early. I'm her mother. I can always tell when she's coming down with something."
Doesn't anyone miss the flowers?
Vivian's teacher said, "She's confused. We must be kind to her." Vivian's doctor said, "She's ill. We must cure her." The other children at school said, "She's strange."
And so it went, no one understanding. The other children made fun of Vivian, teasing her and taunting her, until she got so mad she ran out of her schoolyard and into the deep woods. She ran and ran and ran until she couldn't run anymore. Then she flung herself down in a patch of grass and began to cry.
Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about the flowers. Nobody cares about me.
Then a small voice near Vivian's ear said, "That's exactly how I feel." Vivian lifted her head and saw a tiny, scruffy, shabby little dandelion. Its petals were tattered, its stem was bent, and it looked like it might collapse at any moment. But it was the only flower she had seen all spring, and Vivian was thrilled right down to her toes.
Oh, Dandelion, I'm so happy to see you. You are so beautiful.
Not really, said the dandelion modestly, but it perked up.
Why aren't there any flowers this spring? Why doesn't anybody miss them?
Exactly, said the dandelion. Nobody misses the flowers, so why should we bloom? Some kind of love has gone out of the world, and so the earth spirits have disappeared. But with the right kind of love, you can call them back again.
What kind of love?
But the dandelion only said, "Do you really think I'm beautiful? After all, I'm the most common of flowers."
I think you're gorgeous.
The dandelion sighed. "Then I can die happy," it said, as it collapsed on the ground. One by one, its petals shriveled and faded.
Poor flower. You really were beautiful. And you showed me, if only I can find the right kind of love, I can bring the flowers back.
Vivian dried her eyes and went home to her family. Her mother said, "Oh, Vivian, I was so worried about you." Her father said, "I was looking for you everywhere." Her brother said, "I was surfing the web trying to locate you."
Do you love me?
"Of course," said her parents. "I guess," said her brother.
Well, then help me bring the flowers back. Help me find the right kind of love.
Her parents shrugged and raised their eyebrows, as parents tend to do. But they followed Vivian into the town. Her brother rolled his eyes, and he came too. The other children cried, "Vivian, where did you go?"
I went to find the flowers. And now I know that if we can find the right kind of love, we can bring them back.
One of the girls said, "Flowers, always flowers. You've got flowers on the brain." "She's distressed," said Vivian's teacher. "We must be patient with her."
And so they let Vivian form them all into a circle in the center of town. They held their hands and closed their eyes. But nothing happened.
This circle isn't big enough. We need more kinds of love.
One of the girls cried, "I'll go get my Uncle Donald and Uncle Joel. They love each other." Do you think their kind of love can bring the flowers back?" asked one of the boys.
We need all kinds of love. We don't know what kind of love is the right kind of love.
"I'll go get my boyfriend," called the older sister of one of Vivian's friends. A boy said, "I'll get my mothers. They love each other and they love me too." The woman who delivered the mail said, "I love my job. I love bringing letters to people." The grocer said, "I love my neighborhood," as he joined hands with the mail carrier. "I love the trees," said an old woman who lived in the woods. "I love to read," said the librarian. "I love my garden," said a tall man carrying a spade.
"I love my dog," said a very small boy. The other children laughed and said, "Your dog? You think your dog will bring back the flowers?" The boy said, "My dog loves me better than any of you," and he ran to get him. The circle grew larger and larger.
It's still not big enough.
No circle of love can ever be big enough to hold all forms of love.
Vivian looked over at the woman holding her hand. There was a beautiful woman, her hair crowned with all the flowers of spring, her eyes as deep as wells and dancing with light like the sparkling surface of a laughing stream. Her face was old and young at the same time, and it seemed to change before Vivian's eyes. One moment she was dark as a velvet pansy, and in the next she was as pale as a white lily. She was young and fresh and smooth as a newly opened rose, and then ancient and wrinkled as a walnut.
Who are you?
I am the goddess, the queen of the May. You have called me back from the other world with your circle of love.
Then we did find the right kind of love after all.
There is no right kind of love. The goddess blesses all forms of love. Whenever you join together in a circle with love and trust, you call me.
Then how do we bring the flowers back?
Here's what you must do. See, in the center of your circle, there is a tall pole standing. This tree of life has become a dead stick, but you can bring it to life again. Make a circle of your arms as if you're trying to hug the world.
Vivian did, and she found herself hugging a big silver ring.
That is my circle of rebirth. Tie it to the top of the tree and set the pole in the ground.
She tossed her head, and from her hair, shining ribbons of 100 colors fell to the ground.
And here are the ribbons of love. Tie each one to the ring of life, for each ribbon stands for a different kind of love. And without all of them, my circle is not whole. Here is the love parents have for their children. Here is the love you have for your best friend. Here is the passionate love two adults can have for each other. Here is the love you have for your grandparents. Here is the love you have for a pet. Here is the love you have for a friend that you fought with and then made up with. Here is the love you have for a really great teacher. Here is the love you have for your sisters and brothers. And here is the love you have for your sisters and brothers when they're driving you crazy. Here is the love you have for your aunties and uncles. Here is love for music and art. Here is the love that generates children and calls new souls. Here is the love people have for each other when they work hard together. And here is the love that generates new ideas. Take hold of my ribbons, dance around my tree, wrap the tree of life in love, and the flowers will bloom again.
And so the people built a maypole and danced the maypole all through the day. They danced. White and pink blossoms popped out on the plum trees and the cherry trees. And as they danced, daffodils pushed up from the grounds and buds formed on the roses. And as they danced, lilacs perfumed the air and poppies opened their bright petals to the world. When the dance was over, the May Queen gathered all the children close to her.
I must leave you now, but the flowers will remain in all their different shapes and scents and colors to remind you to honor all forms of love. And because it was a child who brought me back, I will give you children 3 gifts. That many kinds of love will come to you, each in the right time. That you will be able to say yes to the love that is right for you. That you will be free to say no to the love that is not right for you. For while all love is blessed, only you can know what kinds of love are right for you. And now I must leave, but every year when you dance the maypole, I will be with you, wherever you can see me or not. For in that way, I am just like love.
Then the goddess disappeared, but the flowers remained for the whole summer. And now, every spring, we dance the maypole, weaving bright ribbons to honor the flowers and all the colors of love. Here ends our story. We need all kinds of love to bring the flowers back, to build the world we dream of. It is important, especially now in these times, that we lift up ways to honor all kinds of love and all the good that love can do in the world. In these days when too many people have reason to worry that the love they have for their partner might become something they have to hide, we say, we see your love and we honor it. Ariana talked earlier about the many associations of May Day, the turning of the seasons, the honoring of the land and workers, the love of family and friends. This week has been full, for me, of honoring workers. On Tuesday, I gave the invocation and prayer at the Workers' Memorial Day service, an occasion held every year to name and to remember all those people who have died in our state from workplace injuries or illnesses. The governor was there, and the president of the Oregon AFL-CIO, which is a large federation of unions. They were there in somber commitment to building a state and a world where people have safety and dignity when they work. And then on Friday, at the International Workers' Day rally and march at the Capitol, where I saw some of you, and there probably were others I did not see in the crowd, I was heartened to see some of the same state leaders gather, the governor and the president of the AFL-CIO and representatives from the Oregon House, speaking out not only in tones of somber recognition, but in tones of joyful commitment to build the world we dream of, where we are all beautiful and strong. We have a duty to dream of that world and to build it. It is a way of making love real in our lives and in our society and in the lives of all those we touch. And I admit that this weekend I have been thinking also about one of the kinds of love that is harder right now, love of country. It is a difficult verb to reach for when so much is being dismantled and damaged and destroyed, from the Voting Rights Act to the Department of Education and more. And yet, I think we need this practice too among all our kinds of love. Way too often in the United States, it's been portrayed as this shallow version of loving one's country, as in love it or leave it, as though loving means treating something as though it is perfect and never questioning it or changing it, which to me sounds more like being frozen in amber than loving. So I have been thinking often of this essay that the author Barbara Kingsolver published in the early 1990s about her experience protesting an unjust war, struggling to understand her relationship to this country, feeling heartbroken by oppression and exploitation. And as she stood there in front of a federal building protesting a war in the Middle East, a guy driving by yelled, "Hey, love it or leave it." And Kingsolver says, "So I left." She packed up her young daughter and they went to live abroad. Their life elsewhere was good, but eventually she realized that she missed too much of her life here in this country. She missed people and places. She missed being part of the struggle to build a nation that actually lives up to its values. And so she came back because she couldn't simply love it or leave it. This is what Kingsolver writes about her choice to return. A country can be flawed as a marriage or a family or a person is flawed, but love it or leave it is a coward's slogan. There is more honor in love it and get it right. Love it, love it, love it, and never shut up. So on this Beltane weekend, just past International Workers' Day, on the cusp of summer and all its vibrancy and life, and also surrounded by so much chaos and disaster, this is a worthy call for us all. Every kind of love is needed. Whatever, whomever, however you love, may you love and never shut up. May it be so.
Salem Harvest is a nonprofit organization, and its principal purpose is the distribution of food without charge to children or homeless, unemployed, elderly, or low-income individuals. Since 2010, more than 3.5 million pounds of fresh, locally grown fruits and vegetables have been donated, providing direct support for thousands of hungry families and individuals. Everyone can help to build this compassionate community, to volunteer or donate to this worthy cause and ease hunger in our community. Salem Harvest is our Share the Plate partner for the month of May. We also support the Marion Polk Food Share with donations of non-perishable foods in our Little Red Wagon and with donated funds. And as the bags are passed here today, please indicate if the donation that you may put in the bags is part of your pledge. You may also donate online. And I know that you give as much as you can with your time and resources to help sustain this place, to support our neighbors and friends, and to share in this community. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. Please believe and know that it is gratefully appreciated.
I'm going to share with you now What the World Needs Now, the old one by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. If you do know this song, I would love to see some lips moving out there. You're invited to join with me. Because what the world needs now is love. Let's be a community. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, if you want to know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, oh, but just for everyone. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good job.
Thank you, Marcia. Will you join with me in our words for giving thanks? They are printed in your order of service, and if the technology cooperates, they will also appear on the screen. There they are. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our many gifts, including these offerings.
Bringing the lantern for social justice forward. The flame from our congregational chalice is given to light this symbol of the work that needs to continue and the work yet to do for a society to bring real equity, equality, and justice for everyone. regardless of any differences, for all of us are one in love. I look to the north and ask the element of earth to remain strong and stable, to nurture all living things and honor all upon you. Thank you for your presence here on this special day. Hail and farewell. I look to the west and I ask the element of water to flow gently with compassion, to provide calmness and serenity, for all life depends on you. Thank you for your presence here on this special day. Hail and farewell.
And farewell.
I look to the south and ask the element of fire to transform and spark passion that all life will find and meet its potential. Thank you for your presence here on this special day. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
I look to the east and ask the element of air to inspire and encourage growth, healing, and compassion in all of us, for beginnings and for trust. Thank you for your presence here on this special day. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
And as we release the flames of our chalices, please remember to celebrate love in all its forms, to understand and care for each other, and to honor the promise of life renewed with the warm summer suns. Blessed be.
2 quick announcements. If you would like a chance to dance a maypole, our Trillium Cups group is holding a Beltane celebration here at 2 p.m. You can see Jen if you have any quick questions. You are invited to come to dance the maypole and to bring a dish to share in a potluck. So feel free to come back at 2 and take part in that gathering. And just a heads up that next Sunday, May 10th, will be the first of 2 sessions of our UU Identity class. This is basically a couple hours of me really nerding out about UU history, theology, and identity, with a chance for some conversation, some questions, some small group sharing, and a lot of like spilling the UU tea, basically. So if that sounds interesting to you, please plan to come next Sunday and the Sunday after for those sessions. There are plenty of other things going on. You'll find some of them on the back of your order of service, in the Friday update, in the May newsletter that just came out. Please know that you are welcome to join in whatever seems like a good fit for you. And let us know if you have questions about finding where you can connect. And now, please rise in body, in voice, in spirit for our closing hymn, number 131, Love Will Guide Us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us, we'll lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us, we'll lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night.
That's all we got.
Okay.
One more time.
Let's run it from the top. Last verse. Let's do it.
Okay.
We got this.
I see we have the bonus lyrics on the slide, which is an unexpected and delightful surprise. So We'll sing that.
There being
What you can give, no other can give to the future of our precious children, to the future of the world where we live.
Yay!
Nice.
And if you would remain, hold hands if you'd like, touch shoulders, elbows, some way of connecting, even if it's just eye to eye. And let's repeat these words together as we close our service.
May faith in the spirit of life, hope for the community of earth, and love for the sacred in one another be ours now and in all the days to come.
Blessed be.
Blessed be. Well, that was extremely fun. Maybe we could do something like that. That would be fun. Are you through that? I won't be there because the McMinnville Fellowship asked me to come and speak that over there. But we sort of set the precedent, so. Terry, thank you so much.